Hi guys, welcome to this week's review and recap of Sister Wives Season 16, Episode 6. This episode answers the famous question, what does Robyn and Kody's nanny do anyway? The episode starts and all the wives, Robyn, Janelle, Meri, and Christine, are chiming in via voiceover about how bad things are in the family. I mean, tell us something we don't know, right? And this is juxtaposed by some of them doing chores for some reason. Robyn is using a weed whacker and Janelle is raking. Janelle says the pandemic basically wrecked the family culture. Again, tell us something we don't know. Then suddenly, Kody announces that he's going over to Christine's to quote-unquote touch base. Oh boy, like hold on to your seatbelts because this is gonna be a wild ride. Like what's gonna happen? Actually, this scene made me feel like I was witnessing something I shouldn't. Like it was weird. They start by casually talking about Isabel's surgery and how the doctor was shocked that Christine was there all by herself to take care of Isabel. In a rare moment, Kody actually kind of apologizes and says he wishes he would have been there. Like, I guess he regrets not going. It actually did seem at the beginning like Kody was there to kind of smooth things over and move forward in a better way with Christine because things are terrible. And by the way, Christine looked really good with her hoop earrings in this scene. Kody says basically to move forward, he wants her to adhere to his social distancing quasi-quarantine system so that he can start coming over again and fix the dang mess he's made, basically. So this seems to rub salt in a wound for Christine because even without COVID, Christine doesn't feel like he was present enough for the girls, apparently. She said he would come over a few times a week, come over for dinner, go on his phone the whole time, watch a movie, and leave before the girls were up. So while Kody says he was over for 3 or 4 days, Kody says it used to be 2 nights for each wife, and poor Meri, of course, didn't get a night because they're just not like that in terms of their relationship, and no idea if that will ever be revived. But anyways, Christine is saying, you're with Robyn whole days. Why aren't you not spending whole days with us? Says the bottom line is her desire to have me in her life is different than, let's say, Robyn. Basically, Kody is saying Robyn is a better wife or something. I don't know what he's trying to say. Well, we all know he felt like this, but it feels weird to hear it out loud, but here it is. I'm sure this is super hard and hurtful for Christine to hear, especially given her history with Robyn. I don't expect any live tweets on this episode from her, that's for sure. Then Christine brings up the nanny gate. We've all been waiting for this. For everyone asking what the nanny does, officially, Kody says she helps with the kids and schooling the kids. So I guess maybe like during online school and stuff. I don't know. There's been a lot of debate about this online. I think personally they're allowed to have a nanny in the end. There might be something we don't know. But if the nanny is doing the same things Christine is, but Christine's not allowed at the home, but the nanny is, that's where it no longer makes freaking sense. That's the whole thing. And let's not forget that Christine in Lehi in Utah managed like 12 or so kids or something while everyone else worked. She did it all and even made dinner for when Janelle came home at the end of the day, because I think I remember a scene where Janelle said that. So for her, having a nanny to watch 2 young kids is probably like laughable, like she can't relate. Christine is pissed. She's like, I need a guarantee that we're doing Thanksgiving or I'm leaving. And she looks at Kody like, don't mess with me. And at the end, after a terrible conversation, Christine goes in the house and says, good talk, sarcastically. Even the subtitles picked up the sarcasm. And we know it's bad when the subtitles pick it up, right? Anyways, I've done this before, guys. When I'm really mad, and that's never a good sign. Muttering to yourself after a fight is never good. Anyways, Next, Mykelti and Tony have a baby gender reveal party. And of course, I mean, we know that they had a girl, like some viewers might not, but it's mentioned that Mykelti wants a home birth and Tony does not. And the wives start talking about their experiences. Apparently, Mariah was a home birth, Janelle had half and half, and Robyn is like a #1 fan of home births. So, but I gotta say, I'm kind of on Tony's side. I would be worried about complications. Like, for example, I remember when Jessa Duggar was having a home birth, but then she had to be rushed to the hospital. It just feels a bit more risky. So anyways, their gender reveal, it was so funny. It was supposed to be like a science experiment, and the bucket would overflow blue or pink depending if it's a boy or girl, but it just overflowed everywhere beige or like a yeasty substance, and it was a complete and utter fail. But they had a backup. They had Christine wearing like a pink shirt underneath her hoodie, which people should have seen before that. I mean, I saw the pink through the shirt. But anyways, now the wives and Kody are getting together because basically they want to know what the nanny is doing to go over to Robyn's while they can't. Janelle and Christine are sitting on one side of the table, and they kind of, you know, agree social distancing has gotten like out of hand around here. And Meri and Robyn are sitting on the other side. It's almost like they're on separate teams, you know? And in a sense, they kind of are, but not really. Anyways, meanwhile, Kody looks ready for battle. Take a look. So Kody passes around a sheet with the rules they have for the nanny. Christine is like, I would love to see these rules. Meri says, you know, those rules that you made up, Robyn? Ha 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 ha, as a joke. And I actually thought it was a great joke, but nobody laughed at all except for me in my living room. Robyn and Kody jump all over her. Well, I mean, not literally, but you know what I mean. Cody's like, this is not about you. Don't make this about you, Meri. Then in the background, Cody's kind of saying like, I checked with our nanny and asked, what are you doing to protect our kids? And this is what she had or something. So wait, this is not something he asked her to do in advance. It's just something, I don't know if I misunderstood here. Let me know in the comments if you heard that soundbite like behind what was happening with Meri. Anyways, Robyn is just not having Meri's joke. She's like, I know some people are suspicious of me, but please don't be suspicious of me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Christine and Janelle are probably suspicious that Robyn made these rules, but that's just my opinion. And Meri's like, why does Kody think I wouldn't defend Robyn? Like, after all these years. Anyways, yeah, Meri has been very protective of Robyn throughout the years. Robyn says one of the kids called her asking if the social distancing rules could be like dropped or relaxed or something, as if she was the decision maker about the rules. Which kid do we think this was? I'm guessing maybe one of these three, and she had to correct them and tell them they need to talk to Kody. Janelle is like, where were these rules when I was talking about these for months and months? And Janelle's like, not having it with all the rules. There's no way she can make Gabriel and Garrison obey this either. So she's like, well, I guess I'll leave your birthday presents on the porch then. Then lo and behold, in true savage confessional fashion, Kody basically calls Janelle lazy. Kody really needs to calm down before, you know, he ruins another marriage, is all I have to say. Can you imagine watching national television and it looks like your husband's calling you lazy? Like, what? Robyn then starts to cry because she thinks it's ridiculous that the wives think she's made these up. She actually, you know, cries a lot at the end of this episode, which is not going to help the Sobbin' Robyn nickname that people say. I'm like Robyn, I cry a lot to everything, so no judgment on that. Like, if I was on the show, I'd probably be crying too. And Meri's like, I've been following these rules and I'll just keep waiting till we can all get together. Poor Meri. I mean, she's trying so hard, but she can't still see Robyn and her kids. It's so weird. And in the end, Robyn and Meri stay behind and hug and both cry. And Robyn says, you know, it's ridiculous or hilarious that people think I'm pulling these strings. She says Kody is his own man. And Robyn says that if she had a magic wand, she would make it so that Meri and Kody could figure things out so that she could be happy. I'm actually hoping for this too, and honestly, I think this is probably all Kody too. I won't argue with the fact that I think Robyn probably has more say with Kody than some of the other wives, and that the nanny thing is very suspicious and contradicts everything. I mean, how would everything even make sense if the nanny can go in and out, but his own family can't? That's weird. But I don't think this all lies on Robyn. I don't think she's pulling all the strings. I know you guys disagree with me, but that's the beauty of opinions. Anyways, thanks so much for watching my recap and review of Sister Wives Season 16, Episode 6. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll be back soon with another update. Bye, guys!